So I want to talk to y'all, man. Yeah. I want to talk to y'all about something. I was having a really dope conversation with my baby brother, and he's getting into investing and stuff like that. And so while I'm not a stock market guru, I have friends and family that may ask me some questions here and again. And so we were just kind of talking about the stock market, and I had a good thought during this convo, and I wanted to bring it to you all. So we see what's going on in this space. If you follow other financial platforms, there's oftentimes some gray areas when it comes to hacks, as I like to call it, or different ways to make money. Sometimes the line between financial literacy and honestly illegal white collar crimes, sometimes that line gets a little blurry. And we hear a lot about, how to get this quick, or how to get that quick, or how to flip this. Like this isn't the drug game, this isn't power, but sometimes you see that spread within this community, and we've called it out, and there's people whose platforms are dedicated to calling that out. Shout out JT the Pocket Watcher. We've had him on our show. But we're not going to get into all of that, but everyone is looking for the quick fix, the quick buck, right? Overall, when we're looking to get in shape, you know what I'm saying? I've been hitting the gym. I'm gonna hit the gym after this later. I've been exercising 4 to 5 days a week for close to a year. I'm not nearly where I want to be. Matter of fact, when I think about it, it makes me very frustrated. If I could have taken a magic pill, or if I can take a magic pill and get to where I want to be physically, I do that yesterday. And in the same way, people want to get the bag quick. We just had a $1 billion pot in the lottery that somebody won, right? And I'm sure, well, I hope it wasn't you, but a lot of us put in money and got our tickets. You know what I mean? Hopefully it wasn't you. Hopefully you were fiscally responsible. But hey, I get it. Something that big, I understand, right? But overall, we want to take the shortest route to our destination. But things like the stock market, the real estate market, these markets, and this goes back to the conversation I was having with my brother, these markets are created for long-term growth. The very texture, the fiber, insert whatever word you want, but the very nature of these markets were created for long-term, consistent, contributions, consistent effort, consistent work to eventually lead to wealth building. There are times, see Dogecoin, see some of these other quick flips, when people are able to almost instantaneously see wealth or see large growth in these markets, specifically the stock market. Like there are times, there are stories, and see, we hear these stories, and what do we think? Because I've been guilty of it. That could be me. If that person can do it, why can't I find the next thing? Why can't I find the next? It's funny, before the pandemic hit, why didn't I invest in Zoom? You remember everybody was on Zoom? Zoom was, during the pandemic, it literally kept us alive. It kept businesses running. Why didn't I invest in Zoom in February, right? Why didn't I invest in Google in the early to mid 90s? Why didn't I, all these why didn't I or what ifs. And so what we do is we try to find that next thing, okay, what's going to be next? What's going to be this next thing? And I like to call those glitches in the matrix. So if the stock market, if the real estate market is the matrix, if you're familiar with the movie or the shoot, they have 4 movies now. If you're familiar with the series The Matrix, when you're in this world, there was, anything like deja vu was like a glitch, right? Or, Neo being able to manipulate the world differently than it was set up was considered a glitch in the Matrix. Well, in the same way, those instances where folks are able to get that quick flip in the housing market or get this quick play in the stock market, those are glitches in the Matrix. Shout out to Millionaire real estate investor who we've had on our show, Todd Baldwin. I just recently watched one of his latest YouTube videos where he talks about how he was able to do a wholesale transaction for $740,000. Now, when I clicked on this video, I was just shocked by that number, but he specifically said, can someone do this? Yes. The likelihood of someone doing that is like asking, can I be a concert pianist? Which I thought that was really dope. It's like, yeah, you can become a concert pianist. It may take you, hundreds of thousands of hours of practice, but yes, it is possible. Same with this. Like, yeah, it is possible for you to find the next quick thing. It is possible for you to do this in real estate really quick, but the likelihood is very, very low. So I want to share, we're going to do some key terms, y'all, because these are terms you need to hold in your heart if you're trying to build wealth using the stock market or the real estate market. These are words that highlight the message I'm trying to convey, which is these markets are set up for long-term growth, right? Not short-term plays. So check this one out. Compound interest. I like to call it the pixie dust of the stock market. So what is compound interest? Compound interest simply means compound interest is the addition of interest to the principal sum of a loan or deposit. We'll just specifically talk about deposit, or in other words, interest on principal plus interest. So in order to reach compound interest and reach a level where interest is beginning to compound on top of itself, you have to consistently contribute. You have to leave your money in for a period of time. Your money will need to season in a vehicle. The vehicle we're talking about is the stock market. Okay? That's not something that happens quickly, but when it happens, watch this. It's exponential, which is our next term. Exponential. I love this word because you know what you don't experience exponential growth on? Your job. I don't care how good your job is. I don't care how high paying your job is. There's a ceiling. I don't care if you're a hairstylist or a barber or a nail tech or a eyelash tech or any high earning job where your hustle creates more wealth for you. There's still a cap because there's only one you. There's no exponential growth there. But you know where there is exponential growth? The stock market, the real estate market. But check this out. Exponential growth. First of all, let's define exponential growth. Exponential growth is a process that increases quantity over time. I'm going to go back and do that again. Exponential growth is a process that increases quantity over time. It occurs when the instantaneous rate. Now, this is the dope part about it. It occurs when the instantaneous rate of change of a quantity with respect to time is proportional to the quantity itself. Marcus, that sounds like, what is this, algebra? Well, actually, yes, both terms are algebra terms. But exponential growth is growth with no ceiling. But there's a catch. This happens over time. This does not happen instantaneously. So you have to show patience. You have to show consistency. You have to show a willingness to continue and let it season. Now, if you do that, you will be rewarded. But a lot of times what happens is we quit too soon. We get frustrated. We say, my money isn't doing what I want it to do. Trust me, y'all, and we're going to close here in a few. That's my first close as preachers do. But trust me, y'all, me and Shire have been contributing to the stock market 35 to 40% of our income since we paid off debt. That money isn't it. I wish it was growing much quicker. Like, I go and I check it and I was just like, man, we're giving till it hurts almost, right? And you're like, when will my time come? But the thing with exponential growth and compound interest is, at a certain point, your money will take off. But a lot of times we don't want to. And if you looked at the chart, I'm going to show you guys the chart, exponential growth chart. If I could pull this up. A lot of times we don't want to let the money season in this area here. I like this one. This area here is you contributing consistently. You wishing and watching others grow, right? Watching others retire early, watching others do, this is the era where you're ready to quit, and you're getting fear of missing out. You're seeing people start businesses. You're like, shoot, man, I could have thought of that. This is the area where people say, I'm done. But this is the area where things begin to turn if you stay consistent. And when you hit the exponential growth curve, which is here, your growth, that's when people become millionaires, multimillionaires. But are you going to go through this patch here? That's the question. So I hope that encouraged someone. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you're going to want to go to YouTube to check out the graphs and check out the visuals. But there's no quick fix. There's no quick play. You have to stay consistent in anything you do. And if you continue to chop at a tree, eventually it will fall. There's no way it cannot fall if you consistently, every day, chop at the tree. I don't care if it's a redwood. I don't care what kind of tree it is. It will fall eventually if you stay consistent. So I hope you guys got something out of that. If you did, like I said, leave us a 5-star review. And I'm going to holler at y'all on the next one, man. I'm enjoying these. I hope you guys are too. All right. Peace.